TEC was established in 1935, split away from the contractor here in Chicago called Air Comfort Corporation around 1954-55. My dad was working for Carrier Corporation. I think it was 1955 or 56 when he actually came to work for Temperature Equipment Corporation. In 1970, the owner of TEC passed away, and my dad bought the stock up from the family and took ownership. Since 1970, it's been in the Mungo family until 2020 when we sold the company to Watsco Corporation. I started at TEC part-time in 1971, full-time at TEC in 1978. Started in the sales capacity as a territory manager, and I wasn't afraid to call on people. I wasn't afraid to knock on doors, and as a result, I had a very, very successful sales career. My father was just an outstanding man.
When we were brought into the company, he started us at the ground level.
Brilliant, well-disciplined, great ethics, hardworking.
We were mentored by a very special person in the industry.
When Frank passed away, you couldn't fit another flower in that funeral home. And a testimony to all the people that Frank helped. And that's what Skip saw in his dad and kept it going.
In many ways, Skip is identical to his father over the years.
You know, he still does things, believe it or not, with a handshake. It's what his father taught him.
You know, I've seen him help dealers out. His father was there to help.
My dad loved us all equally, but it was really always evident that Skip would be the next president of TEC.
Skip is very involved in his customers. He put his customers first, and he grew with them.
You know, he's running over a $400 million company, but he is really just a down-to-earth, genuine individual.
He genuinely cared about you. He meant it.
And he's constantly mentoring everyone around him through his own actions.
You always knew where you stood with Skip.
The executive team, we're kind of like the Olympic rings. We all have our own, area, but we all touch one another. And we're all, respectful of that. I think that analogy fits for the kind of culture that he cultivates. It's that kind of leadership that really sets us apart. It's a very tight-knit family.
That's kind of like one of the reasons probably why I joined the team, coming out of the corporate environment into a family-run business.
Many of us, our family, are connected. They're not just numbers. They're not just customers. They're family members. It's actually a pretty awesome business to be a part of.
Temperature Equipment Corporation's been the Carrier distributor since 1935.
We've been in business with Carrier for 91 years.
It's kind of hard concept to imagine considering Willis Carrier started Carrier, and just a few years later, we were the Carrier distributor. And it's always been a very good relationship.
We have never wavered once from Carrier.
You make a great product. It's easy to sell when you make a great product.
The quality, the education, and the factory backing.
A win-win-win solution for contractor, distribution, and the factory.
We think of Carrier as our partner. We have to help each other out.
It's the most important thing that we have because we are the exclusive distributor for Carrier and the Carrier products. So we have to keep our game at a very high level.
Our success is tied to Carrier, period. And I think we've also helped Carrier in that time frame. There's always been a network of distributor principals that have met outside of Carrier, the DAC. The DAC is a great asset for Carrier.
He was always the voice of the independent distributors, helping them speak with Carrier and understanding exactly what was going on in the field.
Skip built this team of contractors in competition against each other. He built that. Nobody can do that. That's Skip Mungo himself.
Actually, Skip was a very vital part of working with the factory to help develop the FAD program.
We train more than any other distributor that I'm aware of. We do many different classes, whether it's sales, technical. We handle all of that to fortify our customer to differentiate themselves. And that's where FAD comes from. We need our factory authorized dealers to be at a level that surpasses any other competitor. How can we put more money in your pocket?
A lot of dealers have grown significantly because of the guidance from Temperature Equipment as a whole. But that's because of the leadership of Skip. If you protect your customer, if you do the right thing, it winds up being the right thing for everyone.
Skip wants to make sure that he gives his all, gets everybody on the same page, and we're all marching in the same beat. I love him very much. I'm honored to work with him side by side. He's my big brother, and he's very, very good at what he does.
Skip's been a great mentor. He's been a great leader as well as a friend.
Guy's my friend. I wouldn't be at almost 40 million today if it wasn't for him.
And with this Lifetime Award, I can't imagine how many people he's helped.
I think his legacy is he looked out for everybody, just like his father did.
You know, when I was first notified that I was getting this award, I was really taken aback because I know that my predecessors who won this award I hold in such a high regard. But then I thought about it. I have been with Carrier my entire lifetime, and a lot of things have happened in that lifetime, but the constant has been Carrier. I wish my dad was alive because I would have happily endorsed him to get this award. So I accepted in honor of him also. Just to be acknowledged and thought of in that capacity just absolutely floored me.